Hey everybody, welcome back to our Grace Valley Properties How-To-It videos. We're going to look at replacing a receptacle in the kitchen with taking a regular receptacle and switching it out to a GFI receptacle. A GFI helps protect in case of shock with appliances. If anywhere there's water in the area, it's good to have a GFI receptacle. In fact, it's the law now. It's electric code to have GFIs in bathrooms, kitchens, and outside receptacles. These are some of the tools that we'll be using to get into this. We may not even use all these, but these are handy tools to have if you're doing light electrical work. So we're going to use a small screwdriver to take this little screw out that holds the plate on. Get rid of that first. And then we're going to get into the receptacle here. Loosen up this last screw and get this out. And then we'll be able to pull our receptacle out of this and take a look at the whole thing. And your black wire being your hot wire. And your white wire is the return that sets up the current in your back to your panel, and then it's got a good ground on it here. So that stuff's set up really well. When we put our GFI receptacle in, GFI has a little breaker on the front here, and we'll want to hook this GFI receptacle up to the right screws here. And we're going to take the wires off of this old receptacle. So we loosen that with our screwdriver. And here's our neutral wire, which is our white wire, and then we have our ground wire, and then we're just going to hook them up in the same way that we took them off, in the same order. Get your ground wire on there first. Ground is on the top of our GFI receptacles, and then sometimes what's good, I put that loop on, but the loop is open still. If you can get in there with your needle nose pliers and actually catch those wires and close that loop up just like that, so that even if your screw is loose, your wire can't come off. That's your safest way to do electric work. So then we have our return wire. Remember, we're going on to our line. It comes from the panel. Our return wire goes on the silver screw. Silver screw for the return, like so. There we go. Turn that in so it's nice and tight. And then our hot wire, our black wire, goes on the gold screw on the other side. It falls right on, just like that. And then we're going to tighten that down hard on there, like that. And there you have it. So this is all ready to go back in the box now. When you put the wires back in the box, you're going to want to fold them back in gently. Don't just push your receptacle back in. You're going to want to fold your wires. You want to make sure when you're pushing back in that your ground doesn't fold out and touch any of your other wires, because that could cause a short. So I got my ground way back in there like that, and I'm ready to put my receptacle in just like that. And I'm going to show you a little trick with my screw gun on this one that'll help take these in a little quicker. Just like that. So here's the other thing. We have our receptacle cover, and it doesn't fit on that receptacle anymore. So make sure when you get your GFI that you get a new cover for it as well. And so that cover fits on there nicely, just like that. And as soon as we get these in, we're going to put our electric back on and see how we did with our GFI. Alright, so we have everything back in now, and we put our breaker back on, and the little light indicates that we do have electric coming to our new GFI, but it's not functioning until we press our little breaker in here. Once we set that, we lose our little light, and the GFI is functioning now. This is a little tester that you can pick up in any local hardware store. It allows you to test and make sure, first of all, that everything's wired correctly. If I have two lights on this tester, it tells me that obviously it's hot, and it tells me my return wire is hooked up right in my electric panel, and also that this particular outlet is grounded right. So, and then this tester, it tests the GFI receptacle itself too. It has a little button you can press, and the GFI shuts off. and that simulates something that would set off a GFI. Hope you stay safe, and thanks for joining us today. Have a great rest of the week, and we'll say goodbye from Grace Valley Properties.